welcome to BBLB Celebrity Hijack. Let's go that way. It's day 7. The time is 7:32. As you can see, John McKeown is saddled up. There he is, having a nice glass of the old DC. Absolutely loving it. Earlier today, he took over the Big Brother reins. I wonder if he'll be here for long. Furlong, 8th of a mile. No? Let's just hope he's not pony. Pony and trout. Doesn't matter. Anyway, hang on a second, gang. Calm yourselves, because we're going to be talking to John later in the show. I want you to, get a bit excited about now, because also coming up, Jade, Jeremy and Victor are up for eviction, and tonight the nearest and dearest putting forward their case for defence. In other words, the F&F are here, everyone. Looking decidedly uncomfortable already. Brilliant. And we're going to be building up to a crescendo with G4's Opera pioneer, Jonathan Lanson's with us, everyone. Who, in his words, is half asleep at the moment. Wonderful news, Jonathan. And always we have Little Brother's Big Shout. Tonight the subject of fakery is up for debate, but don't worry, Ofcom, you squares. It's all strictly above board. We are talking fake behaviour amongst the housemates. In nominations, Liam said Jeremy was fake. Victor thinks Kalista might be putting on a bit of an act. With that in mind, today's Big Shout could only be Nail It Smudger. Who is faking it most in the house? And we've got a nice little... Look, that's the paper you'll read. It's called The Big Shout. It only exists around here. It comes out every day. It's brilliant. Who's the worst? Who's not being themselves? Housemate's face makes shock, and there's me falling off a building there. Wonderful stuff. Here's how to get in touch. Nail it, my friend. 0871 200 1040. Text studio and your comment to 83188. Or email us via that Channel 4 website of ours, channel4.com/BBLB. But now, smell it? Take it in. Yes, indeed. There's news to be had somewhere in the air, and I'm the one to sniff it out for you. It's Little Brother's big news. Right, gang. Today's hijacker is John McKeown, and he kicked off today with the old garlic toothpaste prank. At 11:36, poor Amy was the first to discover this new invigorating flavour. Take a look.
I leave early, I'm going to get natural people. Amy, I know that's now. Oh my god! Everyone says it makes difference. Oh my god, I'm gonna be sick! What? They've got garlic in the toothpaste. Are you serious? Good morning, big Now, I've got a bone to pick with you. I went to brush my teeth, and what do I get? I get garlic. Garlic toothpaste. No one's gonna talk to me. People at home can smell me. I bet you can smell me. It's so bad. I don't even like garlic anyway and never even cook with it.
Look at it. It's actually
granulate. It's disgusting.
There we go, full of garlicky goodness. At 3 o'clock, John called Jay to the diary room to talk fashion, McKeown style. It didn't go too well.
Now, I want you to join a campaign with me, Jay, to do away with ties.
And why do you want to get rid of ties?
I hate them. What's the use of a tie? Tell me one function a tie provides.
It's like an accessory, though.
You're telling me young fashion is now into ties? You're not telling me that.
Oh, I don't know.
And just one final thing, Jay. I hear from my fashion moles that sideburns are back in. Is that true?
No, that's a lie. Who told you that?
I was told people who know. I think you're behind the times. Sideburns are in and ties are out.
Interesting. I beg to differ, but hey.
Jay's diary room is just swiftly turning into my favourite part of the show, and I love the fact that he was absolutely incredulous when John said you're behind the times. It was the worst thing he could possibly say to him. At 3:59, John threw in a shocking secret task, drawing upon his own Big Brother experience when Caprice was showing footage of him talking about her behind her back. Now, he revealed some enlightening but upsetting footage of Jay. Take a look.
We are going to show you now exactly what Victor has said about you.
The thing is, though, it would surprise me if Jay did get voted. I'm so not liking that.
That's really upset me.
It is interesting to see what people are saying behind your back.
I know.
And how you react to it. So this is going to be your task. You must tell no one, none of your housemates, that you've seen the footage.
Promise.
And let's see just what happens.
Okay.
So, not the most compassionate man in the entire world. Girl crying, it is interesting to see that, isn't it, John? John then showed Victor the same footage. His task was to be extra nice to Jade for the rest of the day, and he didn't feel particularly good about seeing the footage as well, and not get found out. See if he does it on tomorrow night's show. That was Little Brother's Big News. So, Eviction Friday is looming, and soon one of Jade, Jeremy or Victor will join the esteemed ranks of family favourites Bonnie, Lynn and Mary the Witch. Ah, good old Mary the Witch. And become the latest member of the dreaded First One Out Club. Here to help ensure that membership is declined is Jeremy's sister Becky, Jade's sister Taylor and Victoria's sister Carmen. Victor and Amelia's sister Carmen, nice to see you. You are, of course, a mother, I'm well aware of that. But, first of all three housemates are very successful in their own right, appear to have bright futures ahead of them. So what's the motivation for doing Big Brother, Carmen?
Because my children, all their life, well, we've come from generations of circus, and I just wanted the public, especially England, to see that circus people, you know, in a different light.
Yeah, sure. Okay,
like a new generation.
It was just a new experience. It's something that you're not going to get to do every day. And obviously, Jade being such a happy person, she's wanted to get that across to everyone, I suppose.
Becky, you're really happy to be here.
I'm just trying to think of the answer, actually. Well, contrary to Jeremy's misleading sort of VT, when he first went into the house, my parents didn't actually pay for his motor racing. He's raised the money through sponsorship, and so Jeremy wanted to use this programme to get more exposure, to get more sponsorship, to continue his racing.
All right, now, before we let you defend your loved ones, let's see exactly how they found themselves in this predicament.
I'm nominating Jade. The smallest thing is turned into, like, the biggest deal.
I really want to sneeze. I felt like she was trying to compete against me. She's crazy contortionist. I'm just flexible.
She's just too much.
I think I'm going to have to say Jeremy. At times, he gets influenced by Victor to join in the game of let's pretend women are slaves.
One sugar, please.
Oh! Put it there.
His sarcasm can be a bit over the top.
It's not as if there's like 10 cameras in every room looking at me.
Rather be known for that than chauvinistic, hawking pig.
I am going to be nominating Victor because the way he speaks to his sister is just a bit sort of degrading and a bit out of order.
I reckon it will be someone famous, Victor.
You don't know, though.
Yeah, she doesn't know, but she's saying it.
What did I say? What did I say? Girl, go get me a cup of tea now.
Get Amelia to make me some breakfast. Stove, okay? I'm hungry.
Too much for me, too much testosterone.
All right, let's kick off, Carmen. Victor's got a whopping 8 nominations. Firstly, are you surprised by that?
Yeah, I am, actually, yeah. Because he's coming across as being like a male chauvinist pig, you know. But really, like, if you see the two of them together in the circus where, like, Victor does everything for Amelia, and what Amelia does is cook for him because I'm not there to look after them. And since my husband died, Victor has not just been the brother, he's been like a father to her.
Do you think we're being slightly unfair on Victor in that everyone treats their kid sister like that?
They do,
siblings talk to each other
for saying that.
Well, siblings talk to each other
that.
how no one else talks to each other because it's your brother or sister.
I mean, you have to see my son with my disabled brother, how he takes him out in the garden every day when he's at home and he trains him and he looks after his grandmother and he's always kissing her and cuddling her, and he has so much to give, so much love to give.
You're very proud of Victor, yeah?
He's my baby.
Of course. OK, Taylor, it seems Jade's crime is being too cheerful. Is she really this happy all the time?
Yes, she's such a happy person, and she hasn't got a bad bone in her body. And I know that people have said that she's like fake, but that's actually Jade.
Well, do you think this is almost her problem? Is that what you see is what you get, and therefore people just can't quite believe that?
Yeah, totally. I mean, it is quite hard to believe that someone can be that happy all the time, and like it has taken, obviously, me being her sister, knowing her 24/7. I've got to know her, and I know that is her, and obviously her friends and stuff know that, but obviously people in the house and outside probably don't know that. Only knowing her like 6 days or something, I think she needs a lot longer, like, a little bit longer to get to
Do you
know
think it's
her.
quite hard for her to display the talent she has as well, because she's in there, and it's very, very similar situation to Liam in that you know, the talents aren't particularly tangible. You can't just, you know, it's not like Victor and Amelia, and it's, you know, a lot like a lot of the housemates that they probably struggle to articulate their own talents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. However, like, Jade is multi-talented. Like, she is, like, good at most things, and, like, obviously being really intelligent and stuff, like, it is obviously hard to show, like, how beauty pageants work, but
Sure.
there is obviously more to it than actually meets the eye.
Now, Becky, I think a lot of people were quite surprised to see Jeremy up. I mean, he seems to get on with everyone. Why do you think he's up?
I think Jeremy's quite a brash character, and I think he's a sort of a bit Marmite-ish. Like, you either love him or, you know, some people don't get his wit, so I think they take that offensively. But I think he was always good. I wasn't surprised that he had votes, but I was surprised that he ended up, it tipped the balance, and he ended up actually going up for eviction.
Yeah, I mean, what's your take on the blossoming relationship as well?
I think, with great respect, I think while Victor's in there, he's obviously, him and Amelia have obviously admitted that Victor is quite overprotective over his sister. And I think that the relationship's hindered by that slightly, because when their growing interest started, Victor was like, bang,
he's right
Jeremy's,
there, isn't he?
yeah, down his
Banging
neck,
on the door.
like, watching him all the time in eyeline and
I
stuff.
enjoy Jeremy and Victor
Yeah,
together. I
they are
think
good together, but-
they are like the heart of the Big Brother for me, because they're always laughing, they're always, you know, slagging off people jokingly, you know.
Yeah.
I enjoy them together. I call them my Lord and Hardy.
It's nice to get a take on housemates, because we don't know them that much yet, obviously, and it's such an accelerated process of 3 weeks. Thank you so much. It's our friends and family, everyone. There we go. So, 2 things are certain. One of them is going to be leaving on Friday, and who it is up to you. Here's what to do. To evict Jade, call 09011 21 22 05. To evict Jeremy, call 09011 21 22 07. To evict Victor, call 09011 21 22 12. Hello. That's all for part 1. After the break, we're going to be catching up with today's hijacker, John McCurrick, and we'll see what XG4 member Jonathan Ansell thinks of the possible groups forming in the house. That's groups of friends, not opera pop combos. That'd be ridiculous. See you in 4. Welcome back to BBLB Celebrity Hijack. It's day 7 and the time is 7:49. Jonathan Ansell's going to be with us shortly, but first, earlier on, we caught up today with today's celebrity hijacker, John McCurrick. Excuse me while I time travel. Hang on a second. This is defective. I'll tell you why, because it's actually still here. Yes, everyone. Oh. Yes, indeed. A man who loves all things beginning with B, betting, a booby, and especially Big Brother. If Russell Brand is the Crown Prince of Celebrity Hijack, then this is the Grand Old Duke of York. It's John McCurrick. Hello, sir.
Great to see you.
Nice to see you, Prince. How are you? All right?
Terrific. Now, you've come to hijack me and take over. We would love you to take over. So you are now the celebrity hijacker.
No, John, don't. That simply cannot happen. Look, you've got your betting down here as well. I love it, absolutely. So, how's it feeling being Big Brother for
Well, the whole point is you were going about bees and all that sort of thing. You've forgotten the greatest of them all, BB, big breasts. How on earth could you forget big breasts? What are big breasts and Big Brother? What have they in common? There's no big breasts in the house this year. Yeah, I'm very sad about it.
How did I know you wouldn't bring that up, John? Now, how would you describe your Big Brother style? What, are you benevolent? Are you authoritarian?
No, we'd be very gentle, because I've been in the house. I know what they're going through, so we've given them an easy time, except for what I think, and you've been years on Big Brother, the hardest task ever been set.
Really?
Now, if you remember when I was in the house, unbeknown to me, they showed Caprice, the model Caprice, the nasty things I've been saying about cash register and this, that and the other. She'd seen it, I hadn't. Imagine how she felt. She was seething. I didn't know why. So we've done the same thing here. We have shown Jade exactly what Victor thinks about her.
Yeah, we saw it a little early on in the news. How's it going?
So how will Victor react? How will Jade react? This is intelligence. Other thing is, he's been doing tic-tac lessons, but that's froth. This here is really getting into the very heart of mind control. And actually the most surprising thing, and I don't know the outcome of it yet, is how Victor has reacted. We've all got the impression that he's stroppy, he bullies his sister, he's not a pleasant guy.
Yeah.
He has been so intelligent trying to get round. You can imagine.
Well, we don't know yet, though.
I do not know. I just don't know at all what Jade was feeling, having seen. How would anybody feel if you heard somebody behind your back slanging you off? What would you feel?
John,
would you be prepared to forgive them?
I know you're a guy that's in control. Has the power gone to your head?
Oh, wonderful. I've never been in charge of anything. Nobody will employ me in power. I'm not on a board of directors. I can't sack and fire people. I'm not important like you are. But here, suddenly, I give an order and they jump in the bed.
It's wonderful.
It is absolutely wonderful.
Lovely to have you back.
But don't forget the big breasts next time you do the BBs. God, you're something wrong with it. Who's your scriptwriter? BB.
Just go out with the DC. Now, for those of you at home who think you could raise the stakes and outdo a McCurrick, take a look at this. So far, 6 top celebrities have hijacked the Big Brother house. Hi. And now you too have the chance to be a Big Brother hijacker. To be in with a shout, all you need to do is tell us what you'd do if you could hijack the house. Go on to e4.com/Big Brother to find out more.
What should we do now, then?
So, we've had a bit of Carmen in part 1. We've just seen some old Tosca back there. See where we're going with this. But now, proving we have more than one string to our La Bohème, we have 1/4 of the artist formerly known as G4. It's only Jonathan Ansel, everyone!
Very good intro.
Hooray! It's Awake's Jonathan Ansel. How are you, mate? You all right?
Very well, thank you.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, what are you making of it so far?
I'm really, really enjoying it. I think it's amazing that Big Brother has allowed talented young people to showcase their abilities.
Well, this is interesting, isn't it? Because I know
really
you started out as a bit of a child prodigy yourself. You started singing very, very early on.
Yeah.
Can you identify with these guys at all?
You definitely can. I think all the struggles that every individual in the house has gone through, and fighting for scholarship, sponsorship, kind of just an aid in some description. I mean, I had to fight for all of that to get through college, get scholarships there, etc., and bursaries. And there's a lot of these people here in the house that have had to do that and worked on that. And they've got a talent to back it up, but it's lovely to see them having the opportunity to now showcase it even further and hopefully develop their career even more in the future, and long may it grow.
OK, now, normally by now you'd expect to see cliques slightly forming in the house. We haven't seen that yet. I mean, I know you're from a similar background and you have to spend a lot of intense time with people, you're thrown together. Why do you think this is? Why haven't we seen these people yet? I mean, with possible exception of Jeremy and Victor, who seem to be getting on well. Other than that, we haven't really seen cliques forming.
I think because they're similar ages, I think they're kind of from not similar backgrounds, but because they're similar ages, they're from the same kind of classes at school. They've developed, they're used to the same TV shows, the same media, everything about them being like that. It means that they can connect better, and I think that all of them, because of that, connect better, stronger. And I think there's not the kind of mother figure, the granny figure, the annoying dad.
So we don't have the hierarchical structure of...
There's kind of a hierarchy where people perceive maybe someone's talent as cleverer or more complicated or more researched, etc. But I think that there's no real hierarchy in that, and it's fab to see them then all bonding and all learning about each other's skills.
Sure. Now, you're in a group that started out as friends, split up quite acrimoniously. How hard is it to maintain relationships when you're that close to people?
Really hard. I mean, with the guys in G4, we had to share rooms, and you were sharing flats and apartments, etc. It was just a nightmare, and I think these guys are really dealing with it fantastically well. I think it's a real challenge to be thrust into the environment. Obviously, they knew they were going to be doing it, but it's always hard to get used to personalities and stuff. And I think, in particular, seeing John on the first show, having to kind of put forward a completely different personality to his own. Because of Matt Lucas and stuff. The more you see him as
well, the more you realise how much of a detachment that was.
Yeah, and it was incredible acting and in a real incredible performance that he pulled off. And Matt really, really pushed him really hard and really quite extreme, kind of cringe-worthy TV, but it was hysterical. And having to showcase your kind of identity in such a radically different way at the beginning must have been hard for him. But
nominations this week: Victor, Jeremy, Jade. Who do you want to go and why?
It's a hard thing. I do think that Victor's been really harsh, but I think it's true that you are maybe harsh to your sister, and I've definitely been there, and if I shared the house, maybe I'd be harsh to her. Jade is frustratingly happy, but I don't necessarily think that that's a negative thing, although it's annoying to be woken up with her jumping around the bed. But if you've got to say a name, Victor, I think, this week, sadly.
All right, thanks a lot. Jonathan, everyone. Jonathan is staying with us for a little brother's big show. Let me ask you, who is faking it most in the house? Let's go straight to the calls. Peter from Brighton. Hello, Peter.
Hello.
What's your thoughts, Peter?
Jade, most definitely, I think.
Why?
Because she's like, I'm so happy, I'm saying this, I can do this, I can do that. Every time she's, like, speaking to somebody or everybody's showing their talent, the first thing she does is goes up and says, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. And I think that comes, like, with her training either from being a beauty queen or, yeah, being a child genius at 4,
yeah,
but you're 21.
But, Peter, that might make her annoying, but does that necessarily make her a faker?
I don't think she's like that at all in the outside world. I think she's very reserved. I think she's very sort of, I don't think it's, the way she is as a person, I don't think she's like that at all.
Yeah.
I think she's just completely false.
OK, we'll go to Paul from Scotland. Thanks a lot, Peter. Hello, Paul.
Evening.
Hello. Who do you think's faking it the most in the house?
Definitely Callista.
Why Callista?
Because she seems to have created a different personality to what her talent is. Everyone else seems to fit their character perfectly to their talent, but she seems just a bit too fake.
OK, in what way? Just, I know we haven't got much time, but just...
Well, I know people that have done classical music and stuff, and they're just not like that, not at all. She seems to just bring out this different personality, fit in with the group.
All right.
Doesn't seem real at all.
Thanks a lot, Paul. Appreciate it. That is your little lot for today. Many thanks to Jonathan Ansell and, of course, fantastic friends and family, everyone. Thanks, Jonathan. We are back. Same time, same place tomorrow. Civil matches and skins. Don't forget to catch Russell Day. Hijack on E4 tonight, followed by Big Mouth with the boys. We're back tomorrow, 7:30 E4. Take care. See you then.